Now we will study metallurgy in detail. What is metallurgy? Metallurgy is the science and technology regarding extraction of metals and their purification. Now, there are approximately 92 metals are available. Out of them, many are available in the nature itself. Most of them are available in the form of compounds. Very few, for example, gold, silver and platinum are available in their pure form. Remaining metals are available in the form of compounds. When we extract them or when we remove them from the soil, it will be available in various compounds. Along with that, there will be more impurities. So we can say that when we remove the metals from the mines, when we dig the soil, dig the earth, then so deep we have to dig and go, then from that digging process for obtaining the metallic compounds, that is known as mining. Now, as a result of mining, the compounds of metals along with we can say that impurities, what we are getting it, that is known as minerals. So, let us define what are minerals. Minerals are compounds of metals available in nature along with impurities. So here we have studied what is meant by metallurgy. Second thing, what are minerals. So here now, first thing we had studied what is metallurgy. Second thing we can say as minerals. Minerals are obtaining from mines. We have to dig so much kilometers deep into the earth. Then we are getting the compounds of metals. Now, along with that, so much impurities also will be there. Then we can define minerals as minerals are compounds of metals along with impurities. We can say that most of the metals are available in the earth in the form of various compounds. Example, in the form of some metals are available in the form of oxide form, some of them available in the form of sulfide form, some of them available in the form of carbonate form, and some of them available in the form of nitrates. So like that way, in different form, metals are available in the nature. Now, we can say that gold, silver as well as platinum. Three metals are there: gold, silver as well as platinum. They are not available in the compound form. They are available in the same form. We can say that pure form. So we can say that gold available in the form of gold only. Then silver available in the form of silver. And platinum is available in the form of platinum only. Along with that, impurities will be there. Now we can call these metals as native metals. Gold, silver as well as platinum are known as native metals. Now, here we had studied now two definitions. Now we have to study two more definitions. That is, what is meant by ores. Then the other one, that is gangue. Now, what is meant by ores? We can say that metals obtained from, or we can say minerals from which metals separated economically. So we can say that minerals and ores, both of them are more or less same. But one difference is there. In minerals, all metals or many metallic compounds will be there. Then how it is obtaining from the nature, in that form will be there. How we are digging and removing metallic compounds, that is known as minerals. But what are ores? Ores are metals. So we can define in a proper way, that is the minerals from which metals can be separated economically are called ores. So we can say that in the mineral, if we are finding that copper metal is present in large quantities, then we can say that that mineral is the ore of copper. Why? Because all types of metals will be there, but some may be there 0.1%, some may be there 2%. At the same time, one metal may be present 60% or 40%. So 0.1%, 2%, which all metals are available, those we are not doing or we are not separating. Why? Because for separating metals from the minerals, for that so much chemical process, different methods we have to follow. Then we have to spend a lot of money. So 0.1% of metal is getting from that mineral. For us, no use is there. It is a wastage of money. So what we can say that, what is ore? Ore means the minerals from which metals can be separated economically. Economically means in a beneficial way. We should get profit in a profitable way, we can say. Then that mineral is known as ores. The mineral from which. So here now, what is meant by ores? What is ore? The mineral. It is a mineral from which the metal can be separated economically, or we can say profitably. Then it is known as ores. Now, what are gangues? Gangues means in the ore there will be various types of impurities like soil, sand, as well as rocky substances. So we can say that in the ores there will be various impurities like we can say soil, sand, as well as rocky substances. These substances are known as gangue. Normally, the gangue or gangue particles which are there in the ore, they separate it the place where they remove it. We can say that from the mine they dig and remove out. So they will find that so much muddy particles are there, so much sandy particles are there, so much sandy rocky particles are there. So in the site itself they remove all unwanted substances. We can say that a gangue is a unwanted substance which is present along with the minerals as well as along with the ores. So as and when they remove out the mineral as well as the ore, immediately they remove out all unwanted particle like gangue. After that, the metallic compound they will take to the metal producing place. There they apply various methods for getting pure form of the metal. Now we will study in detail about various methods we are using for separating pure metal from the ore. Basic principles of metallurgy. Pure metal we have to separate from the ore. For that we have to follow different stages or different steps. So here now two stages I shown, that is concentration of the ores, other one extraction of metals. Now what is concentration of ore? Concentration of ore means separation of gangue particles from the metals or from the ores. Now while separating gangue particles from the ore, we have to keep in our mind different things. that is physical properties of metals and the gangue. Second thing, reactivity of the metals. Even we can say that we have to follow whether there is any chance for creating pollution in the atmosphere. So all these things we have to keep in our mind while doing concentration of the ore. Usually we know if soil particles are there, so much dust is there, then we can say that so much pollution is occurring, full dusty condition air will be there. So whenever these dust particles, or we can say that soil particles, sand particles, when they want to remove out, they are keeping in their mind there should not have any pollution. If more pollution will be there, that area will be full of soil particles, dust particles, then there is a chance for getting different types of diseases to the people. So here now this concentration of ore itself having different steps. They are separation of the ores by using gravitation method. Now the gravitation method itself is of two types. One is Wilfley's table method, other one is hydraulic method. Then other methods, that is first method we can say separation using gravitation method. Now separation of gravitation method itself is of two types. One is Wilfley's table method, the second one hydraulic method. Now second method, that is magnetic separation, third one that is Froth flotation method. So these three steps we are using for concentration of the ore. Now the first step, that is separation of ores by using gravitation method, we'll study first. They include, we studied two methods are there, that is Wilfley table method, second one hydraulic method. This is Wilfley table method. You all might be seen, I think, means wherever construction of buildings, there sand separating one place might be seen. Means if one table is there, then its a central region will have network. Afterwards they are just vibrating it or shaking it. As a result of it, particles of sand comes down, any pebbles or big stones that will collect upside. You might be seen in the sites and all. Similar arrangement only here, this Wilfley table method they are using for separating heavy ores from the gangue particles. At first they are powdering ore. In that ore will be there, even gangue particles will be there. That will allow them, or we can say that with the help of an arrangement, they will allow, this all mechanical arrangement may be there, with the help of that they will allow the powdered ore to fall in this table. This table will be having more and more small holes will be there. This is making with the help of wood. Here sand separation, sand straining, there we are using, or we can say sand sieve. There we are using network like iron strings, they are tying network like they are making it. But here this ore separation, they are using wooden table we can say. In that many holes will be there, but all holes will be small pores, small holes will be there. Now the powdered ore they will put it, afterwards with the help of this pipe I can say, they will allow the water to fall into this table. Here we can say that water arrangement we can say. Water pipe may be there, through that they will allow the water to fall with force on this ore. As a result of it, powdered gangue will washes out. As well as powdered gangue will be very thin, muddy particles are there. So they will immediately, what we can say, very tiny particles are there. So they washes away very quick way. So we can say that through these tiny holes, all gangue particles will come down. Then that will be collecting in separate places there. That arrangement we can say gangue collecting arrangement. Now here we can say these heavy ore particles, metallic particles, that will collect upside. Then even it's a side part we can see. So the metallic part will be, or we can say ore particles. Ores means metallic parts. That will collect the upside as well as side part. Only the gangue particle will come down. So this is known as Wilfley's table method. We normally knowing at home we are using such a type of strainer. Here means the holes are there. Side part means the full closing condition is there. So we can say that all dust particles will come down, only the grains will collect upside. Same way we can say that this is now a metallic container here, but they are using the wood. Now in sand place, that means in the building site, when we go sand straining, like that way we have to vibrate it. That means there means in case of buildings and all, with the hand we are not vibrating or shaking. For that all mechanical arrangement is there. With the help of such a shaking, all dust particles, or we can say in case of sand, all tiny particles of sand will come down. Here tiny particles of dust particles will come down. Only heavy particles will collect upside. Similarly here also heavy particles will collect upside, only the dust particles will come down. But here they are using water for washing away the ores. As a result of it, muddy particles all will washes away. Only the heavy particles of ore will collect upside as well as its side part. So such a way, one type of concentration of ore is happening. Now this is other type of gravitation method of concentration of ore. That is known as hydraulic method. Here what they are doing, we can see that if in village and all rice mill, or we can say wheat mill, if we go, there means such a type of container you can see. Its bottom part is a bit tapered downward direction. Same type of mill arrangement only here they done. In case of mills, rice, such and such things we are adding through upside. There also such arrangement will be there. Here they are adding ore through this funnel-like arrangement. A funnel-like arrangement we can say, through that they are adding ore inward, ore inside. Here you see, here also we can say that ore they are adding. Ore means a powdered ore. Here also we can say they are adding powdered ore. Here also they are adding powdered ore. Now, as and when here they are adding, at the same time we can say that here they are pumping water into it. So we can say that mixing of ore with the water will take place. As a result of it, of course dust particles are having, or muddy particles are lighter than ore particles. Ore means we can say metallic particles. So metallic particle will collect down, at the same time these muddy particles will go out, because such a we can say that such a forcible manner water will pump inward. As a result of it, all dust particles we can say that will collect through this side pipe. Then that they will collect here. We can say that all gangue particles will collect here. At the same time we can say that the ore which is collecting here, slow by slow will fall downward and it will collect here in another tank we can see. This is also one tank. This is again one tank we can see. So here we can say that here one tank will be there for collecting gangue. Gangue alone won't come. Along with that water also will come. So it will be a large tank. Now here only the concentrated ore will come. So here also maybe along with the ore some water particle may come. Here means we can say that dust particles along with that water particles will collect here. Here gangue particles will collect. Here also maybe there gangue alone collection tank as well as some water if it is coming, for removing that other some arrangements will be there. So we can say that here now the arrangement of separating gangue particles separate as well as concentration of concentrated ore separating method is doing by mill method, we can say, by using mill method. So we can say that this is known as a hydraulic method. Why mill method saying here? Mill, in the mill you might be seeing such a type of a container. In that only we people are adding the rice, skinned rice, with the skin will be there. Then, or we can say here we people are using wheat. That wheat also we have to make it powder. So that is also we are putting such a way. Then it's a powdered particle that we are collecting through other means arrangement will be there. Here now we are collecting concentrated ore. That means concentrated ore means that the ore from that all dust particles are removed. So that is concentrated ore that we are collecting through separate arrangement. Gangue particles we are collecting by using other arrangement. Such a device, such a technique we can say that is a hydraulic method. These two are depending on, we can say that, gravitation method. Why? All coming downward direction. It's also flow downward direction, it's also flow will be downward direction. Here water we are pumping upward direction. Here we are pumping water downward direction. So here downside, now gangue collection will be there. On this we can say that ore collection will be there. Here now ore also we are separating in a separate tank. Now we will study concentration of ores by magnetic separation method using this device. Here two rollers are used. One is non-magnetic one, the other one is the magnetic one. Both of them are wheels, to them we can call as rollers made with iron. Here this is the non-magnetic one, that means through it current is not flowing. This is the magnetic roller because through it electric current is flowing. As and when current flowing through this wheel or roller, it become non-magnetic. Now we are passing here through this funnel shaped container ore. The ore what we are putting inside this conical shaped container, that is cassiterite ore. Cassiterite ore, that is the ore of tin. It is the ore of tin. Now, as and when it put, that is also in the powdered form, put in this container, through here it will fall and it will pass through here. Here they used one belt. This belt is known as conveyor belt. This belt is having the power to rotate through the wheel. So we can say that two wheels are connected, rollers are connected. As and when current flow through these wheels, the belt which is fitted on it, that also along with the wheels it will rotate. As and when the belt rotates along with these rollers, you can find that the ore which is put inside, that also will start to move through here. As and when it moves, here connected and kept one electromagnetic roller. Here we can say that this side you can see that other container, this side you can see that other container. Here we can say that two types of ingredients are present in this ore. So we can say that cassiterite ore already we had studied as cassiterite ore is the ore of tin, It contains two types of ingredients. One is non-magnetic ingredient, the other is magnetic ingredient. One ingredient we can say is tin oxide. We can read it as stannic oxide. Tin oxide or stannic oxide. The other one we can say is ferrous tungstenate. FeWO4, that is ferrous tungstenate. Ferrous tungstenate, it's a speciality in that iron is there. This is magnetic roller and ferrous tungstenate contain iron is there. So we can say that iron attracts towards the magnetic roller. As a result of it, we can say that near to this magnetic roller, iron tungstenate FeWO4 will fall. That will collect in this tank. At the same time, here this tin oxide, or we can say that stannic oxide, that does not have any attraction towards the magnet. As a result of it, it falls separate or far. As a result of this device, we can say that from this cassiterite ore of tin, we can separate two types of ingredients which are present in it. One is known as ferrous tungstenate, the other is known as tin oxide or stannic oxide. Now their action here, this ferrous tungstenate does not have, means it is having iron. As a result of it, it is having the attractive power towards the electromagnetic roller. At the same time here, stannic oxide does not have any magnetic power. As a result of it, we can say that this stannic oxide move or fly off, we can say, or it will fall far. Nearby falling one containing iron is there. As a result of it, it will stick on this conveyor belt. Then later again and again it rotates. So it will fall near to this roller. So such a way they are able to separate magnetic ingredient and non-magnetic ingredient of cassiterite ore. Similarly, some other magnetic ores also present, but you have to study only this cassiterite or its separation only you have to study, or its concentration only you have to study. Now we will study the other method, that is Froth flotation method. Now we are going to study about the Froth flotation method. Now in Froth flotation method, we have to use the ore. That is also, we can say that here we use the sulphide ore. Sulphide ore. Now here one container is there. In this container we are mixing the sulphide ore with the help of water as well as oil. That the oil what we are using, that oil is known as pine oil. So the ore, from that now we have to separate real ore, or we can say that we have to concentrate the sulphide ore. For that we are using a device. In that device we have to put sulphide ore, that is also in the powdered form. In that we have to add water as well as oil. Then we have to mix it well. After that we have to use one agitator. Here we can say that normally when we make curd, that curd from that butter we have to separate it. For that one device we are using. Then with our hand we people are rotating that. As a result of it, butter separates. Similarly here, a device they are using for rotating. That device is known as agitator. As a result of its rotation, as well as one more thing is there. Here we put now sulphide ore, water as well as pine oil, and we are passing air into it. We are supplying air into this mixture, and we are making that agitator to rotate continuously. For that means there will be an electrical support or electricity supply will be there. As a result of it, this agitator continuously rotates. As and when it rotates, in that there will be, we can say that, foam formation. Foam means bubbles of sulphide ore, then we can say that there will be water as well as oil. Then again we can say that the air, that air supply is taking place with the pressure, we can say the pressurized air. Air supply, that is also which type of air? Pressurized air we can say. With a high force we can say air they are pumping inside this tank. As a result of it, there will be the formation of foam. Foam means mixture of bubbles of air will be there, sulphide ore will be there, then water will be there, as well as oil will be there. Oil will be there, water will be there, sulphide ore will be there, even the air will be there. Such a mixture will come up. This froth, this is known as that foam, lather like, bubbles like, which is coming up, that is known as a froth. Then that froth we have to collect into other container, or we can say in other container we can say, or device we can say, or a tank we can say. So here now, what is froth flotation process? Froth flotation process means in that froth collection. Froth means a bubbles or foam collection. Now in that froth, which all things will be there? Air will be there, water will be there, oil will be there, and sulphide ore will be there. Now for collecting or for concentrating sulphide ore, we are using sulphide, a type of sulphide ore we can see. Here now concentration means what? Concentrating means in how much gangue particles are there, maximum removal of gangue particle we are doing, and only we are making or we are separating sulphide ore. When we use the ore for separating the, or we can say that pure form of sulphide ore, there will be gangue particles. So at first we have to remove the gangue particles, afterwards we have to separate this sulphide ore. For that we are using the method, that method is known as froth flotation method. Here you can see that froth is coming up. From the curd, butter is coming up as and when we agitate or as and when we stir it well. Similarly here means an agitator is there, it is an electrical device. As a result of it, two things are happening. One, highly pressurized air is entering inside. At the same time, full mixing, stirring work, turning work of this or water as well as oil is taking place. Here bubbles of air we people are passing it. As a result of it, the ore is having the speciality, it is hydrophobic. Or its a speciality, it is hydrophobic. Hydrophobic means it is having the capacity to mix with the oil. At the same time, gangue particles are hydrophilic. Hydrophilic, its a meaning they can dissolve, they can mix with the water or mix in the water. So we can see that two types of things are there. One is having the capacity to mix with oil, other is having the capacity to mix with water. So here now gangue is having the capacity to mix with water. At the same time the sulphide ore is having the capacity to mix with oil. Then such a forcible manner we have to blow air into it. As a result of it, the pine oil as well as sulphide ore, they will become a bit light in weight. Why? Because bubbles of air is collecting on it. As a result of it, in the form of foam, F-O-A-M, in the form of foam, it will collect upside of the water. Then this collected foam is known as froth that we are collecting in a tank. So the thing which we are collecting inside the tank, that is known as concentrated sulphide ore. Now here we can say that in this froth flotation process, sulphide ore, its concentration only possible. For that we are using two types of sulphide ore. One is known as zinc blend, ZnS, zinc blend. Other one is known as copper pyrite, copper pyrite. So two types of ores we are using. These two ores concentration work only we are using froth flotation work. Concentrating these two ores we are using froth flotation process. As a result of froth flotation process, we are able to concentrate sulphide ore from its ore. So sulphide ore, it's a concentration work we are using froth flotation process. Now we will study last concentrating process or last concentration process, leaching. What is leaching? It is a concentration method. For concentration of ores like aluminium, gold as well as silver, we use leaching. Now here only three metals are there. So I am separately showing here. Here I am showing you aluminium. Here I am showing you gold. Here I am showing silver. Now here in a tank, separate tanks or separate containers I am showing you here. In this we have to put ores of these metals. So their concentration work only we are doing. So here now aluminium, it's ore, that is bauxite ore, that we are taking inside. Here gold ore, here silver ore. Now in aluminium ore, along with the bauxite ore, we are adding a solution of sodium hydroxide, or we can use sodium carbonate. Along with the gold ore, we can use sodium cyanide. Sodium cyanide. Here along with the silver also same we can use, that is sodium cyanide. It's a solution we have to add. Now here gold ore, here silver ore. Along with that we added sodium cyanide, here also sodium cyanide. Actually in case of gold as well as silver, can dissolve in, their ore can dissolve in several solutions, but at present we can say that mostly using sodium cyanide. Why? Its pollution part is less. Because of that here sodium cyanide using it. Before they were using thiocarbamide, but so much fumes used to occur, even pollution used to occur. So now at present this kind of solution they are using for dissolving gold ore as well as silver ore. Now when they add sodium cyanide in these two ores, they have the capacity to dissolve in this solution. As a result of it, the gangue particles will collect down. Here we can say gangue particles will collect down. Here also we can say gangue particles will collect down. Then the upper part will have the mixture of gold as well as sodium cyanide that can be able to separate out, and some other chemical reactions can do. As a result of it, gold can be able to separate from this solution. Similarly, here also gangue will settle down. Afterwards, silver as well as sodium cyanide mixture will be there. As a result of it, some other reactions, they can be able to separate sodium cyanide from silver. Then we can say that here silver can dissolve inside the sodium cyanide solution. Gold can dissolve inside the or in the sodium cyanide solution. Afterwards, due to some other reaction, they can be able to separate gold from sodium cyanide solution, silver from sodium cyanide solution. Now, here we are studying about leaching of aluminium. For that aluminium ore, we can say that bauxite ore taken in a tank or in a container. In that, we can add either sodium hydroxide solution or sodium carbonate solution. You can find that inside the sodium hydroxide or sodium carbonate, bauxite will dissolve. That will settle upside, downside gangue will settle down. Gangue has no reaction with the sodium hydroxide, sodium carbonate, or we can say even with the sodium cyanide. Gangue has no reaction. As a result of it, that gangue particles will settle down. Upper part, there will be the solution of bauxite ore. That means a concentrated bauxite ore with the, we can say that either sodium hydroxide or sodium carbonate. Here above the gangue, there will be the solution of sodium cyanide as well as gold. We can say that concentrated ore of gold will be there. Here concentrated ore of silver will be there. This is leaching. Thank you.